And woo!
All right, let's get lit.
Yeah! Welcome to Watopian Weekly. Welcome. Welcome to Watopian Weekly. Welcome. We're here to talk about Swift Life Beyond. We're here to talk about what's going on. So welcome to Watopian Weekly. Welcome! Yeah, welcome to Watopian Weekly, Season 5, Episode 16. We're live and on video. Watopian Weekly is the podcast for Zwifters, cyclists, and everyone else. Each week we're here to discuss all things Zwift, life, and beyond. My name is Dustin, and with me... here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh from all of his duties of home improvement, hanging a bird box that was once his nemesis. Is that the same one that you fell off of? Yeah, it was. And he's doing all this just so he can tell his family about his new bike, which I guess is already there. Anyway, the local legend of all the Surrey Hills in real life and in blood. Oh my gosh, it's Swift. Here he is, James! Woo, James! How are you doing, man?
Yeah, hi everyone, and apologies for the B grade guests on the show this week. So if you want to finish early, then by all means, please do. But yeah, you can listen to me ramble on about a few things. So let's get it on.
Man. No, yeah, let's do it, man. With it, I think we're at 11 already. I think, aren't we? Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, this is great. So, who is that I see? Out of the car seat and into the hot seat. Speaking of new bikes, here comes the latest fat-tired hooligan with some wide tires, some extra sets of wheels, staying warm in Michigan. Josh! Woo! Josh, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, these intros, man, had some liquid encouragement for him. Did you?
I don't know. I found this glass, but it's like see-through. Isn't that cool? Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it is kind of spooky. Like it might be Scooby-Doo themed. I don't know. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. I don't know. But this is great, you guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And before we get too far, let's send some good vibes out to our friend Paul, who couldn't make it today. So hopefully he's feeling better and everything. So thanks, Paul. We're sending you good vibes. You know, they're coming out to you. And Gina couldn't make it because of the time difference and everything too. So because we had to reschedule because we had a couple things going on this morning, which Josh. Which I know Josh is going to talk about. But first off, since we haven't talked to James for a while, James, what have you been up to, man?
Yeah, I've been racing actually. I was with Racing League on Tuesday. Got roped into a ladder race again, and I keep volunteering to help out when we're short, and the results are quite predictable. Let's just say that. And then we had the Super Six on Friday, so quite a bit of mileage in. And I think the week's been characterized by sprinting, some good experiences and some bad experiences. So we'll start off with ZRL. So obviously we had the scratch race that went up the Temple KOM, back down it. And I got a very good sprint in a way because I went long and I managed to win by 0.06 seconds.
Oh, so, man.
Absolutely. I did get it wrong because I had to slow down and go again. And when you were looking on screen, I thought I'd come third. And I was like, I'd messed this up. And I was kicking myself. I think the tactics are wrong because we had, there was myself and Holly B from Coalition Awakening. So big shout out to her because there were 4 guys and her on that downhill sprint to the finish. And she was really unlucky. But excellent top 5 finish, fantastic performance. So well done from her. Awesome. But I thought I'd messed it up, and it was only when the screen flashed up because when you were looking, you were like, "Oh, I've not done. I was like, I've made a mess of this." And then I came and it put me up as first. I was like, "Oh, you know, if you're going to win by the closest margin you can imagine." So yeah, achieve that. So tick that one. Then Wednesday we went and did ladder, and we raced a Swedish team. and I wasn't expecting to do quite well. And I went long at the end, and I managed to lead out 3 of their riders who went past me at the finish line. So made a right pig's ear of that. So,
Hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad.
The problem is we were coming into Glasgow, and I had a feather, so I used it on that last little rise as you get round to the sprint. And what I should have done is not kept going. I should have sat in behind them and then tried to burn them or react to their sprint. But I tried to go long, and all I did was just create this wonderful giant draft, which they said thank you very much, and all went past me 100 meters before the line. So I wasn't best pleased with that. So Tuesday good, Wednesday bad. And then Friday in the Super 6, it was a bit of both. So we had the triple twist course in Watopia, 2 sprint segments. The first one being just as you come onto Jarvis Island. Went long, absolutely nailed it, got third, very happy, went straight onto the climb. Everything fell off completely, almost stopped. Everyone went past me. It was like, oh, that wasn't good. And then the second sprint was onto the bridge. And you go down and then up on it. I had 2 goes at it. I just couldn't get it right. So finished third in the first sprint and 14th in the second. It was absolutely shocking. Didn't have the pace into the sprint because it's all FTS in the Super 6. Just didn't get it right. And so we had a good sprint to start with, bad sprint to finish. So got to go away and work on that, because when we raced last week and the week before in the Super 6, my sprinting was terrible. I just couldn't get the timing right. So a bit of drawing board need to go back to on that one from that side. So
how have you been feeling? I don't mean to cut you off there, but how's your knee been feeling and everything, and the fit and everything's been better?
It's all right. It ties into my second point. This week, training up with my sort of base level, 290 kilometers. So what's that? 180 miles I've done this week. And that's with now 3 rest days. So that's going well. My knee's been all right, actually. I did the giant 100k ride yesterday. Sort of 2.6 watts per kilo. So not absolutely massive. New route in Mercury that I hadn't done before. Tropic something. I can't remember what it was. We did two laps of that. And knee was fine, so that's good.
That's good.
I wouldn't say it's perfect. I wouldn't be pogoing around left, right, and centre on it. But it, given I've upped the sort of mileage, it seems all right. But I did have that magical note on Zwift and also on my training app saying overreaching. So yes, I haven't overreached on my training for about a year, or on effort for about a year. So I'm taking the win on that one from that side.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is with the item that needs no mentioning, and I'm not going to talk about, is I've been upgrading some of the parts. So like Gino, I've had my car went in to the garage, and I was expecting a load of work to be done on it, and it didn't happen. So I invested that money into new parts for the bike, as you do.
It's found money. At this point, it's found money. You had it budgeted for something else. So.
Absolutely. So trying to install the Shimano Ultegra rear mech and front mech just to upgrade it from there. Seems to go all right. The only problem is I'm so used to SRAM, even the simple to follow app, I've had to stop, and I'm going to have to Google some help on it from that side, because I plugged the front mech in. I'm generally paranoid it's not working, so I need to go and read the instructions and get that fixed. So hopefully we get that done, because I do actually need to go out and ride on that. Otherwise, I've got a very expensive one by to ride, which is not really what I aim for. So that's something to do this week, I think, to sort out.
I'm guessing that you either have it, is it showing up, like, is it moving at all, or is the battery cable plugged in backwards or something?
It might be. The cable didn't feel that the back cable made a satisfying click.
Yes.
The front one on the front derailleur didn't. And I can't see enough. I can't see if it's lighting, it's lighting up. And to be fair, I'm not used to the electronic Shimano setup, so I need to go away. And I was trying to do, when you're trying to do it quickly, and I was trying to rush it around, conscious that somebody might walk into the garage and see,
right,
that I'm up to something I shouldn't be.
Right.
And I just rushed it. So I need to read the manual.
Yeah.
Best way of doing it, and then go back and fix it. But if there's any of our viewers or listeners who have got an idiot's guide how to set that up, then that'd be brilliant. Because it feels quite expensive to break, so I don't really want to damage it, and and go from there. But yes, it's looking pretty cool. So hopefully the weather's going to improve. I've got the Hell of the Ashdown Sportive coming up in a month's time. So looking forward to getting out a few times before that and giving that a go in this third week of February, which ties in line with the last Sunday of the FOR Tour World Tour, which we'll talk about in a bit. But been quite busy.
Yeah, you have been, man. And what about what tires are you running on there too? We didn't talk too much about that.
I've got some Schwalbe Pro 40-inch slicks. They're massive. Okay. They're proper. I must admit, having seen the picture of the bike that Joss has just picked up, I was going to say they're really fat wide tyres, but they are quite minuscule compared to the tank tracks or the Formula One tyres that Joss has got on that beast. So they're pretty wide. So they're much bigger than what the frame allows. Or the manufacturers, limits.
Is it 35 max? Is what they?
They do. Yeah. I'll measure them again, but they were coming up between 38 and 40s, and there's probably a little wiggle room in that as well. Yeah. So they look fine. They're not going to win any rewards for aerodynamics and rolling resistance, but then again. Neither am I.
They will win awards for comfort, though.
Yes, they will.
Massively.
That's important.
Yeah. I mean, just going from 32 to 35.
Yeah,
because I have 35s slicks on my Canyon Endurance, made a huge difference, and that is super comfortable. And unlike you, I think Canyon's 35 mil clearance is probably about what I'd max out at. I don't think I'd push it any further, personally.
I did. I had bought a little expensive innovation, and that's running tubeless. So I bought these valve adapters that basically you take out the valve core, and it turns it from a Presta to a Schauder valve, and gives you more airflow into the tire, so you can pump them up quicker. So I could definitely say it pumps it up quicker. And in theory, because you've got no valve core, it means it's much easier to inject sealant and top up sealant into the tire. So they're quite expensive. So they're about £15 for these two little valve adapters. But actually, I thought, given that I had a bit of trouble seating the tire last time I got it all set up, I thought I'd give them a go. And also, they are color coordinated with the frame, so we've gone full bling spec on valve caps. Effectively, it's the most ridiculous expense, but they look cool. So I'll stick a picture on there.
3 watts. 3 watts.
And color coordination is at least 5 watts. It's at least 5 watts there. And then can you send me a link to that, because that's really interesting, because for fat bike tires. I shout out to my friend Glenn, who he and I went fat biking a couple weeks ago when we had excellent conditions, and this guy's been out in the negative 20 degrees with no problem, because we're going to talk about snow gear in a second here. But I usually Zwift at that point when it's that cold. But anyway, he and I were riding once, and his when you pump up your tire a little bit, and then when you remove the hose from the tire, that the core can come out too. And when you eject the core, bad things happen. So I would like that to not happen, because that's definitely happened to me before too. Like when on my road tires and stuff, like you're pumping it up and like, oh my gosh, what do you do? I do carry an extra core with me now, So anyway,
I'd say first impressions are really good. I think the proof will be in let's get a few hundred miles into the bike and see how it performs out on the road. Especially, not that I want any major tire failure or puncture kicking in, but it'll be really interesting to see how it reacts to that, because there's nothing worse than being stuck on the side of the road with a little mini pump and wishing that you'd gone down the gym and smashed some weights out and got your guns up fighting. So
I'm waiting for the time when you get a flat and you have to call your wife to come pick you up, and she realizes that you have a new bike.
She's not picking me up.
Yeah, no, she's not. That's going to be amazing.
I already know them. I wouldn't even bother calling, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd call somebody else.
It's that magical line of, well, you got yourself in this situation. You can get yourself out and you learn from it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So around where I live, there's no cell signal in lots of places, and just because of the valleys and everything, you get down in these valleys and everything. I remember one time I got I got a flat, and I was like, I don't know, not even like that far away, but like 10 miles away from home. But I didn't bring a tube with me, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just out here, I'm flat, So like I was able to call the lady I live with who smells so nice. I get her on the phone, and I'm like, flat, she's like, what? She can't hear me and everything. I'm like, and so then the natural instinct is to say it louder, which that doesn't help at all, but then finally she got like, you have a flat. Okay, where are you? Like it was like talking to trying to order something at Burger King, through the drive-thru, with a faulty speaker, that type of thing. Anyway, I get through, and she did come and save me, and that was really nice of her. I am very, very thankful for that. She's done that for me several times, and without question too, which was really nice. So thank you for that. So speaking of big wheels, man, this is a great transition. Josh, what have you been up to, dude?
Yeah, just finished a 6-hour drive to pick up.
Was that on your Fast Cat plan, by the way, to drive 6 hours today?
It was not. You know what is in my Fast Cat plan is do 2 hours of Zone 2 today.
Yep.
You know what I'm not doing?
I know, same here. I'm not doing it today either. I'll lift a dumbbell later. All right. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so yeah, 6 hours of driving later, brought home a nice 2020 salsa muckluck, and really screaming deal. Had to drive 3 hours to get it, but like super happy with it. Took it for a test ride. Fits perfectly. I was worried it was going to be a little bit too small.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously only so much you can tell with a quick little jaunt around the block, but fits super nice. Comes with 27.5 by 4.8 tires, and then the summer wheel set, so 27.5 by 3.8 tires. Wheel covers, like pogies, like the whole 9 yards. Yeah,
you got pogies too. You didn't tell me that.
With like literally everything that.
And the wheel covers. I want to link to those wheel covers. I want some of those. But
I like the wheel covers because they look like the Formula One cars, the
like
heated
tire
wheel
warmers.
covers. Yeah.
It's also that like you bring it in your house when it's all snowy and it doesn't get all over your floor. Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's like it's got its own slippers. The bike's got its own slippers. You can come inside every day of the week.
It was surprisingly light, though.
Oh, man.
I was very surprised.
And so, like when Josh was telling me about this, like he sent me the photo of the like the screenshot of the listing. I'm like, there's no way that you're getting this thing. I couldn't believe it. First off, I didn't think it would fit you, but the fat bikes are kind of big, so that is probably. It almost looks like from the photo that you might want to go with a wider bar, but it doesn't matter. But I can't really tell from that photo. But
I mean, well, kind of hard to. Like I said, I mean, I'm sure might make some adjustments, but I mean, for the price it was, it really can't be.
No, because the fork alone of the Lauf fork.
Lauf Carbonara fork.
Jeez. I will buy that from you, by the way, for $300. I'll send you $300 right now. Yeah,
bargain.
Yeah, and a Taco Bell gift card. That at least has $5.
Has a dropper post on it already.
Yeah.
So
because I didn't know that it had a dropper because I was going to send you mine.
Yeah.
Not a dropper, but I have like an extra post I was going to send you if it wasn't big enough because I have one that I'm not using, but I was going to send it to you, but as a surprise. But man.
Well, I appreciate it, but
yeah.
I mean, they included the original fork, the original seat posts, like I mean, a wheel bag for the summer wheel set. I mean, I don't think you can find another deal like this for the.
Did they give you their children and pets as well?
Yeah.
Like, what else don't you want?
Hey, you could have this child turn the pedals for you too if you really set your mind to it.
Yeah, what else don't they want that you? I mean, okay, so now, here we go. We got to go down the rabbit hole here because snow gear needed. Now that you have, I didn't know that it had pokies on it, and I noticed it has the Ergon, the GR1s. I think they are the ones.
That, and then they also threw in their foam grips too.
Jeez.
So. Yeah.
So if you don't like those, you can take them off. But it is nice. Those are nice because they keep your hands up. I've got a couple pairs of them, but
fenders too. They're in the fenders.
What the heck?
Yeah. So it's said I don't want any of this crap. So it's like, okay,
wow.
Well, I ain't complaining.
Did they make you lunch too?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, here you go. Have a nice steak meal. No, they didn't.
It was paella, but that's okay. All right.
But yeah, like I said, paella, great deal, super nice people.
Yeah.
And, the salsa sizing for that, I'm 5'8", and which is what 172 centimeters, something like that. The salsa sizing for that year goes up to 5'9", so I was worried it might feel a little bit cramped, but I also have a super short reach. Little penguin arms over here. So I thought it was going to be a little too short or too cramped, but feels great.
But because it's like a monster truck, man. I mean, the thing is huge, right? Like it feels
got the studded
huge.
But
Oh my gosh, I am so jealous. I am absolutely jealous.
Full carbon everything.
Oh my gosh! All right.
I'm gonna toot my horn for this one.
Yes, you should. And then now the snow gear that you need. The only really thing that I can think of is like a different kind of helmet. Like
So I figured the only things I might want to get to make this doable. I mean, look, we get like zero sunlight here in Michigan, like after like 5 p.m. It's basically like, dark by 6, right? So a good headlight is a must. So probably need one of those, and then
I've got
a
some
helmet and goggles.
I've got some recommendations for that.
Pants.
Yeah.
No.
And I also heard a tip. You have a Sierra by your house, right? One of those Sierra.
I do, and it's great.
Yes, I love that place. And apparently you can buy ski goggles there. Like, and that's a great investment for this. Yeah. And then I don't know if they have snowboard helmets, but snowboard helmets.
They do, and that's cool. Kind of what I was thinking of as well. Like, snowboard helmets seem like the easy solution. Yeah. So
and it'll be warm enough and everything. Although I will say that so when I go fat biking, which isn't too often, sorry James that we're going down into this Midwest rabbit hole or ice cavern, but I just bought a 45 North hat that's it looks like it's a little cap, but it has ear flaps on it, and it's that thing is mint. Like, that is worth the $20 I spent on it. It's awesome. Like, it wicks away the moisture and everything, and it keeps me warm, and I can wear my regular mountain bike helmet, which is, or regular road bike helmet. It doesn't matter. So super cool. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations on the new bike.
Yeah. So very, very happy with that. I had a buddy of mine who knows a thing or two about bikes, come with me too. I don't know why he wanted to drive 6 hours. I didn't ask, he volunteered. I was like, you're a good dude. I appreciate that. I don't know why you want to do that, but I'm not saying no.
Right.
Is it just because he wanted to make sure that you came back in one piece?
Yeah, was it?
It sounds like
a muscle. He was muscle.
I was just thinking, like, are you just here to avoid chores, or what are you?
No, I
almost did a spit take there. Yeah, that's awesome.
I fully take the view as like, that sounds much more interesting than doing the chores.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a really urgent business meeting to take care of
on a Sunday afternoon.
It's more that Josh can't go on his own, man. He doesn't know where he's going.
That's it.
His level of jealousy. I've got to look after him.
This guy's an idiot. Like, he can't tell directions. He's over here he's over here trying to check the sun to figure out like which direction he's going.
Yeah, using the sun.
Rising in the east, setting in the west.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm glad you had somebody go with you and everything too. Yeah, that would be scary to go out there that far by yourself too. But
nah, I ain't concerned.
You're braver than I am, man. Well, this is gonna be awesome, and I can't wait to see your new ride in action and everything. I have a couple ideas on some lights for you too. So, excuse me.
I was really looking at outbound lighting.
Outbound is made in Chicago, Illinois, man. They're they're incredible.
Yeah, they are incredible, but a pretty penny.
Yes, but also, we aren't sponsored by anybody, but we are willing to take on sponsors. Knight Rider is not just a really cool show from the '80s that defined my growing up, but Knight Rider has some really great lights too. I just bought another one because they had a big sale, so check those out. We'll talk off air. But man,
I was going to say I'd always sort of promote Exposure Lights, which are a UK brand. The only problem is you will need to sell your kidneys to pay for them. That's the only downside.
I mean, all three of those, like Outbound, Knight Rider, and then what was the one you just said, James?
Exposure.
Yeah, Exposure. Awesome. Those are like the three that I consistently see come up, like on Reddit and everywhere else that say like, hey, if you want lights, those are. Yeah. Don't bother looking elsewhere. Those are the three.
I've had Knight Rider ones for 20 plus years now, and they've been fantastic. They've gotten so much smaller. I remember one year when they changed their lighting architecture, when they went to LEDs from bulbs. I've been using them for that long. Anyway, I remember a friend of mine said that he was told to sell all your lights because they're coming out with a new thing and you won't be able to get anything for them. So he sold me his old one, which I was fine with. And then 2 weeks later, it's like they came up, everything was LED and smaller and stuff. And I use one on my road bike or just so that I can be seen, just a flashing one, and I think it's and I just bought a new one that's like a 950 lumens and it's smaller than my 750. And it's awesome. Yeah. Anyway,
the one I have currently is pretty terrible. So I am in the market.
Yeah.
Dustin, I've not heard of Knight Rider before. Please tell me that the backlight goes from side to side and you can play the music. It's got like a speaker on and plays the music. That would be, if they did that, I am all in.
Oh, man.
I will.
Yeah.
That's the next extravagant purchase.
Yeah. Do you know, I remember in the 80s, and I don't know if I was dreaming this, if it was like a fever dream or something like that, but I did see a car that had that on there, going back and forth. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was in the back of my parents' Volvo, 75 Volvo in the back. I'm like, it's Knight Rider, and I look over and like the guy had the steering wheel that was it wasn't a steering wheel, yoke apparently, and he just did the, the wave and just, he got recognized. But wow, what expense to do that? Yeah, change your car into Knight Rider. All right, well, man, this is awesome, Josh. I'm excited for you. This is gonna be great. We should talk. I guess I've been talking a lot with Fast Cat lately, mostly because
Dustin.
Yeah,
you're forgetting. Tuesday ZRL.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. You want to talk about it?
I
you want to wait?
Say, yeah.
I got it on mine. I got it on mine here, man. This. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Well, we got Fast Cat. Coach Cat and I have been talking a lot because there's a lot been going on. I mean, I've been doing ladder racing. I've been doing ZRL. I got I've been and I haven't really been doing too many workouts because Coach Cat was telling me that all these races that you're going to do are going to supplement or work on the actual workouts. So we talked. We got it figured out, and I was able to talk Coach Cat down into just doing the 2-hour thing on Saturday, which I skipped. So anyway, Monday, for some reason I signed up for a ladder race, and man, we got smoked. I can't believe it. We got smoked on Monday, and it was that was pretty rough. But, we gave it our best effort. Coalition Vexus, which is some sort of male enhancement or some sort of, some sort of prescription that you need to see your doctor about. Or a disease, I don't know. But anyway, I've got Vexus. Oh, my gosh. But so we had, we did lose, and it was, we tried our best. We definitely laid everything out there with every single watt was spent. I think I got 8th or something like that, 8th or 10th. I can't remember. It was bad. And then so that was tough. But then Tuesday was good. Was really good. Felt really good because we had a win as well. So just like James with the big W there, winning that one. We had 3 laps there in B, and Josh and I are in the same squad now. And Josh, woo! Came back, man. He from DNF to for first place, man. That was awesome. I should have added that into your intro, man. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Not quite the slimmest of margins as James had, but 0.1 seconds.
Yeah,
beat the someone who just needed a little bit more runway to overtake me. Yeah, just timed it a little bit better. But yeah, it was interesting. We were like I say me, I was like really adamant about like paying super close attention to who's on a gravel bike. Is anyone on a gravel bike? And, is anyone bike swapping? Yeah, no one did any of that. No one did gravel bikes. No one did any of that. It was all just, the SL8 or, with some climbing wheels, and that's pretty much what like 90% of the people ran with. So but yeah, I mean, it pretty much was just chill on the flats, and then hammer the hills, try and survive them, and then try and time it better on lap 3.
Let's see, 6:47 I think was your time up the hill. That was, and it was consistent. It was like 6:47 each time, and I was like a full minute slower. Slower.
The first and second lap was pretty much exactly the same, and then the third lap was like 20 seconds faster, 30 seconds faster. Like everyone really put the pedal to the metal on the third lap. So I think there were some folks who really wanted to commit to trying to drop people on the climbs, but it did kind of play out a little bit interestingly, because the initial part of the climb, like people were still treating it as like the first 2 laps and weren't really like pushing super hard. I mean, it's a hill, everyone's pushing, but not like trying to drop people kind of push. It really was only until maybe the last third where people really started pushing super hard. And for me as a sprinter who doesn't have like super great long power, fine by me. Like the less time we spend in sweet spot or super high power, I'm happy with that. And then we had 4 people finish in the top 10. So
yes, which was incredible, dude. We are moving up. We're blowing up. So we're coalition of PIFA B, and we're in B3 development. Is that right? Indigo.
Yeah, B3, I think.
Yeah, I should know. I'm the captain. And anyway, so we're in there, and we didn't do so well in our first TTT, but we made it through, thank goodness, because
did also only have like 4 people.
Yeah, we only had 4, but that first TTT, if we wouldn't have done it, we would have been DQ'd, because there's other people that have been DQ'd because they didn't show up for it or whatever. So I'm glad we did that, but and that's fine. So now we're like, we have everything to play for, and we're gun ho or something, or gung ho or whatever. I don't know. We're no more guns, but we're definitely going for it. So yeah.
So Josh, talk us about the finish then. So you got over the top. There's a small group of you at the front. How did you play it? Because I'd be interested to see what your tactics were compared to how, for want of a better phrase, piss poor mine were. If that makes sense.
So I thought it was. People really waited to open it up. I mean, it was basically a downhill finish into like a small amount of flat, but it was really a downhill finish, right? For me, I'm around 70 kilos. Like I thought, there's not really a way someone on the lighter side is really gonna win a sprint against like heavyweights, right? But people really waited until I think like 0.4 kilometers left to like really close. To really open
because you guys kept saying like we got 600 kilometers or 600 meters. I mean, 600 meters.
Yeah, like
it was like
meters. Like
I figured
one guy kind of like jumped out at like 600 meters, and everyone followed. But like because it was downhill, you're like, okay, I'm doing like 500 watts or something. Like I'm pushing hard, but I'm not like sprinting. And then like it wasn't until like the last 300 meters that you're really just like going ham there. So and like I said, that there was one person behind me who clearly had like better power numbers, who probably just timed it, like went a little bit late, but they just needed a little bit more runway, and I thought they got me at the line. It was very tight, so 0.1 seconds.
Oh man, but that felt so good. Like I know I didn't win; I got 40th out of 44, but
felt good after
it felt really last week.
After the previous week, just like the heart issues and thinking that there's like something drastically wrong, and it
turns out it was just you just needed to get your falafel order straight. Which, by the way, did you post? Did you post that?
I didn't post the recipe.
So Josh has a secret recipe that he's not willing to share with anybody. It's called First Place Falafels, and it's his falafel recipe that he's gonna put there. So, well, if you wouldn't mind, please.
I was going to say, given what happened last week and not knowing that, if I'd been racing your race, I'd have been red flagging you straight to WTRL and just saying, check him out. He clearly
get him out of there.
Doping to the max.
Yeah.
I mean, it does kind of look a little questionable when you're like, oh, hey, you take first on FAL and FTS for the, and then first on FAL and FTS, and then second on FAL, first on FTS. And then just drop out. That probably looked a little.
You're fine.
Yeah,
but it's just I will tease you about it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably be like, why would someone leave?
Yeah, don't leave. Just ride to the end. Yeah.
To be fair, if it'd be obviously I look after the FRR. If it happened in that, I'd fully expect you to be messaging me, going, "Look at this guy dropped out." Look at it. It's all shady.
We were lucky though, because so he took those points basically off the table, so nobody else got.
I did do something, even though I DNF'd.
So you did do something,
So it was nice. I was going to zone 2 the rest of that time too, and then it was just like, all right, I can't even do that. Which was
meanwhile, the rest of the team is scared and so nervous for you. And I was trying to get 44th for you, and I ended up getting like 45th. So I was dedicating my 45th place for you, but
you were like,
works out. So
I dedicate.
This is for Josh, and I ended up losing my spot. But
obviously not being here last week, you made the right call, and obviously always
concerned
to hear about it.
I think we kind of reiterated the moral of the story is like,
however, as a team captain, I would have been fuming. I would have been fuming.
No way.
I would have been. I know that's I know it's good to check, Josh. And I'll be like, you
little bastard. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, so while we were enjoying that team win, that great thing that Josh and Rovan and Jay and Smashley, Tim and I, by the way, are in the back driving the party bus, and we were super happy about that. And then I was at the end, and everyone's fan viewing me, and so Daniel, our illustrious DS, starts calling me up and calling me out, and I'm like, well, I gotta put on a show for the last 200 meters. So I lit it up, and it doesn't show. I watched your stream there, Josh, because it popped up over 800 for me, and it only says like 700 on your stream. But my Zwift says 840, so 844. I'm gonna say 900. Might as well be 1250.
You did have some good numbers.
After
we
so tired.
we need a pancake flat course for you.
Yeah,
that's what we
I think so. Well, and I just need to stay up at the front. Like I was doing okay, but I need to stay up at the front. This week will be more interesting with the TTT, which we're going to talk about in a second. And I do have to say that on Wednesday I had off, but Thursday we had a ladder race on Avon Flyer, the Avon Flyer route, which that was. It's like it's so small. It's really short. What is it, 3 kilometers or something like that? It's short, but it has
3 kilometers.
Yeah, it has a rise at the end, which has 2 orange sections, which we kept talking about, like, where are we going to attack? Where are we going to attack? And shout out to Nat on Vexus, because she was like, we should attack on the first orange section or the second orange section on like the 3rd lap. And we're like, okay, let's do it, because this was an inter-squad rivalry. It was a Coalition Vexus versus Coalition Brutalum. And shout out to Brutalum. Man, they were tough. They were tough to take down. And we got to the 3rd lap, and Nat's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, oh, we're going now? Like, okay. And like everybody was up there except for me. And I'm like, I'm trying to hammer it. I get up there. We're in the front, and we're going. And then we started. I didn't. Usually our team captain DJ is usually there to like yell out bark orders at us, and so since he wasn't there, I took it upon myself, and I just said, all right, let's go 30s, let's go. And so we just started calling out an order, and Mitch and Bryce and Nat and I all took 30s, and we just kept on making that gap bigger and bigger and bigger. I didn't know it was going to work. I couldn't believe that it worked. And then we got to the end, and we got to the last lap, and again, I find myself at the back. Nat launches, and I'm thinking she's got the win. But I have to go, and if I slow down at all, I will be I'll be out. I forgot to adjust my ladder, my resistance settings, my trainer difficulty, so I was still I was at like the 30%. And so I'm in 12 on my bike, and I'm, 212 or whatever the hardest gear is. And I'm spinning it like, I'm trying like 100 BPM, standing up, trying to get as fast as I can. And I passed everybody, and I'm at the front, and I'm like, no way. Am I going to actually win? And like, I ran out of gas, and I just passed the line, 0.06. The person came in right behind me, and so I got first, and then Nat got 3rd, and then we had 1, 3, 4, and then like 6, 7, 8 or something like that. I don't know. We won, just, and but that felt good. Yeah, that felt good to get the win, because I don't win too often, and so
you'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it,
done.
and I usually. Yeah,
I'm looking at the stats now. Oh. I see that you had 5.22 1 minute power.
Is that good?
Respectable to me.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how your heart rate is so dang low.
Yeah, I don't.
You average 145 beats a minute a race.
That's
man.
I
take one pedal stroke, and I'm at like 140.
I'm also like 20 years older than you, I think, right? Yeah,
that's easy, Josh. That's e-bike. He's just got an e-bike in the
train. Take his drill away from him.
Yeah, exactly. My Milwaukee drill here is cordless and brushless. No, it's I know. My max is like 172 or something. No, that can't be right.
To be fair, it probably isn't. My max racing
194. So
if I'm hitting 170, I'm in all sorts of trouble. You can usually tell in a race if I'm starting to work at 150 and anything over 160, I'm pushing it, because my heart rate otherwise just sits at about 110. Going on, and it was like,
oh wow,
are you actually bothering? Yeah, no, I'm putting stuff in. Anyway,
I think if racing has taught me anything, is that heart rate is like the stupidest metric, most worthless metric to judge literally anything by, because it's so like relative and personal.
And it's a lag.
One person's like 160 max is another like 210 max, and like it doesn't really mean anything in a race at all.
Yeah, I did a max heart rate test a long time ago, and I hit 192, and like it was horrible. That was like, it was dumb. Like, I don't know why I was doing it. It was like I was at the YMCA in a spin class, and my buddy Josh was different Josh was leading the class, and he knew I was doing this test, and he's like,
I was there too,
let's
actually,
go.
So.
Yeah. And he's like stand up, and like anyway, I got up to 192, and I was like, I am I could, like one of those things where it's like my chest was like going like this, I could like feel it move out of my shirt. Oh, it's crazy. So naturally I ripped off my shirt, and no, I'm just kidding. One of these days though, I'm gonna work out with the dumbbell and get strong enough that I'm gonna look like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, all hairy and triumphant. Anyway. One other thing I will say before we get into everything. I mean, we've talked a lot. I don't know sure what our time is at, but we're doing great. My Ritchie P29 turned into the G29. I just got to give a slight update to that. Parts are ordered. We decided on thanks to shout out to Smith's Bikes in La Crosse, Wisconsin, the best bike shop around. We decided, Eric and I decided that we're going to go with Dior, and we're doing 1x11. Right now, we're gonna keep it. 1x11, and I'm getting new cranks, but we're gonna go with SRAM cranks. But I'm gonna put a wolf tooth
150s.
Yeah, no, we're going 172.5s to keep it the same as my road bike. So it's not so much of a change. And then I'm getting a new bottom bracket. I don't know what it is. Probably just a race face or an FSA, whatever they got in stock, whatever they have in stock. Excuse me. I need to use better grammar. And then also. We're going to be the other thing that was really cool is that we're using the SRAM cranks, but we're gonna be using a Wolf Tooth 38T 38 tooth ring, and then I'm not sure what else was I gonna say. Well, I'm gonna get a new shifter cable. That's gonna be cool. But yeah,
I think you just pick another brand. I think you've used every potential cycling brand possible to put that together. So kudos on that.
I'm gonna try and get it in blue because that part of my bike is blue, and so talking about the color coordination thing, and I think that would be that'd be awesome. So
sweet.
Yes, I know it's so silly, but stuff like that, the little things are, I don't know, they're fun for us because there's a lot of time when I'm looking at the bike and I'm not riding it, so I want it to look cool. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's worth 50 watts at least.
At least. And the only thing I'm worried about is like tires, because like right now the tires I have my gravel tires on there, which are 38s.
What is the frame fit?
The frame will fit 2.3s, and that's what I had on it for
so 2.3s is what you should put on it regardless.
That's what's gonna go back on it. Yeah, but I want to ride it with these like skinny tires, quote unquote skinny tires, because it really feels like it. I wonder what it's like with that. I've never ridden with anything that small on there. I've only ridden with wide tires on there ever. Yeah. So it's gonna be awesome.
Split 700 by like 19s on there.
Well, I could
to like 110 million 110
PSI. Yeah, 120. Yeah.
Go with better 650B wheels on it, and then go as small as possible.
Yeah. Will work.
The frame will look weird.
Yeah,
massively
it looks
weird.
so weird right now. It looks
like a new weird factor frame.
Yeah, and like Josh, what you're gonna have when you put on those summer wheels, it's gonna look like your bike went on. Like it's the same difference between double stuffed Oreos and regular Oreos. So you know what I mean, like that kind of difference. Yeah, I'm yeah.
No, but I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah. Okay. So we've thoroughly gone through a lot of stuff here. All right, let's go on to our main talking points, which I know. How long are we doing in our episode here? We should do this more later
TTT.
tonight. I think that's TTT. Who's ready for a TTT? Oh my gosh. This course. What are we thinking about this course? It's kind of interesting. It starts on a downhill.
No, it doesn't.
That's
it.
Start
on downhill, right? Or no?
No, it doesn't. You got to go uphill to go downhill.
Yeah, but don't you start on a downhill?
No. Oh my word! It's that whole because the route profile doesn't show it. So you come out of the pen,
lead,
and you're straight up the back end of the Petit KOM, and that's your finish as well. So the imagery that you see, especially on Zwift Insider, doesn't show you the true fun that the course has to offer, that Roll My Chicken has for you to play to. So
I just wanted to live in ignorance here, James.
Yeah, I thought I had. I started with the downhill because. All right, who posted that in our Discord
5 minutes of pain.
Yeah,
that the whole team is going to implode. So
well, I will take that. I will take that part because I get to get dropped first because I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest on our team, so I get to get dropped first. So that means I'm going out the gate, Josh. You hear it now. I'm saying it first. Blow me up first, and then I will help DS the rest of the time. But I'll take us all the way up there, and then boom, I'm done. So
I've taken
5 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I say this round, I've just tried repeatedly to get in my summaries to the team. Tried to be more and more negative and say how bad the race is in the view to see if it actually stops people signing up. So I had a proper go at this one. So I'll read you a bit of what I presented.
Yes. I need to hear.
Yes.
So we'll go on with the strategy. Pace perfectly so no one gets dropped. Then immediately drop your slower climbers at the end for what the guide politely calls a suicide pool. Nothing says teamwork like abandoning your mates with 2 kilometers to go. Bike choice is simple. Go full aero or go home. The Cadex Tri with DT Swiss discs will save you precious seconds. Though let's be honest, most teams will lose more time arguing on Discord when to drop Dave than they'll save with fancy frames and fancy wheels. So yeah, it goes into a few other things, but even that, to be fair, we've had a bit of challenge across the EMEA region in the CCAT to field our teams. All my squad bar one have said yes, so I've got a full team plus a sub. So it's like clearly race 5, I'm going to have to go full dark mode. Yeah, full dark mode.
Bully out of signing up.
Yeah, which Dave is going to get dropped first? What's Dave's name? Let's call him out right now.
Well, no, do you know? Interestingly, at my team selection, I'll be quite honest with this. I've not selected one person on the grounds that I've got 2 riders with the same name. And if you're racing and you're the team captain, it's a nightmare when you try and talk into one of the other, because you just say so-and-so. And ironically, I'll call it out. I've got 2 Grahams in my team, which is fantastic. Love Grahams. Big shout out to both of them. They both live in the same town. So I can't even say... it's sort of like we've had to abbreviate to initials.
They're brothers too, right?
No, I don't. Well, we're entertainingly
both of them Graham.
Well, yeah, or entertaining. We're going to meet up with them in May because I'm staying where they're from for the Fred Whitten. So once we finish that event and got back, we're going to go out and have a beer. So hopefully they have booked the evening off. And we'll see from there. So I can actually prove that. Well, I know they exist, but we can have the 20 questions about sort of about how they don't know each other. But weirdly, I'm sure there are, obviously in Coalition, I'm sure there are at least another 2 riders who live in this town. It's up north. It's not a massive town. So I think we need to actually have an understanding, and this might be something for the viewers and the listeners, depending on their club. Is there these periods of area, these locations that seem to just have lots of Zwift riders in, if that makes sense? And which one is it from there? We always talk about Yorkshire, and sort of that, and they always say in the UK that if Yorkshire just went into the Olympics on its own, they'd finish right in the top 10 of the medal ceremonies anyway, just because we've got there's such a strong pool of sporting talent within there. So I think it's the Lake District seems to be the hotbed for Coalition riders, which is a bit odd in the UK. There you go.
That is funny, man. And so the Grahams don't know each other?
I don't think so.
Wow. Like they didn't before. I mean,
No, I don't. Well, yeah, I will ask them, but I sort of it sort of bemused me. I was like, but they spell their name differently, so that's the one differing thing. But yeah, I seem to. I just seem to accumulate Grahams. There you go. Brilliant.
Grahams on Grahams. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Well, this is definitely going to be a hard TTT. It's kind of interesting for a route actually, but I thought we've done this before. Have we done this before in Zero Past?
We've definitely done it in WTRL, not WTRL, FRR repeatedly. I think we have, but not in this format.
Right. It's just one lap, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's just, I think for, depending on your team makeup, depending on how experienced you are at team time trials, it should be fine. But if you've got a relatively new team and this potentially is your second team, this is a terrible course because you're going to blow your team apart within the first 5 minutes of the race. Yeah. And then if you don't do that, you're going to have a damn good go at destroying them on the downhill when you just spread out and split. So it takes a real discipline to do well on this. And I've watched quite a lot of the recon videos, and trying to get a bit of a better flavor of how to approach it. To blob up the climb, how do you do it? Do you run your pull schedule on there? And I'm still not 100% sure. The only bit I did like was it Jay Dirham's video where once you come off the aqueduct, his comment on the road between there and come back up to the climb, which the language was quite curt, but actually reflects how miserable and dull and boring that part of the road is. So chapeau for that honesty in the recon. I made me laugh. And if you haven't seen it, we'll post it in the Discord channel as a link. But yeah, it made me chuckle, which is really good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Our coalition team here that we have, Epiphoby, is we've been through a lot of these at these TTTs, and I think we know each other pretty well. Josh is the only outlier, but Josh and I have done several TTTs together, and I've gotten dropped very quickly. So this is going to be interesting, Josh. I'm expecting you to survive to the end. I will be there as long as I possibly can. I will do my turns. I'll do my pulls. I think what we're going to do is blob up the climb. And just get to the climb, get to the top, because we have two riders, myself included, and at least one other person that are going to struggle at that part. So I don't want to drop them too early that much. I will definitely lead up the climbs and do the suicide pulls, which or whatever, the hero pulls. Let's call them hero pulls and not suicide pulls. But yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Josh, what are you thinking, man? Just get to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think, oh man, it's still draftable. Like the climb is still draftable, obviously. Like you have a couple of I mean, I'm looking at this lead in now that you mention it, James, and like the first initial like half a kilometer is like goes up to like 7.2, which is not super draftable, but the rest kind of is. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just making it up there as a blob, and then see what happens from there, and then do your pull order like once you descend, and then after you descend, I mean, send your heaviest rider up. Probably want your lightest rider doing the pull up first, and then your heaviest rider doing the pull down, or at least just leading out, going down. You don't even need to be like burning crazy matches or anything. That's not the spot you're going to gain time anyway. So
That is rough being the lighter rider going downhill there, because they have to. I mean, that's their disadvantage. They really got to put in a lot of power.
Yeah. Although the new pack dynamics are a lot more friendly with. I have definitely noticed. Again, I'm not like a featherweight, but I am on the lighter side, and I've definitely noticed that like the downhill the descents are a lot more friendly to me.
Well, it'll be interesting because I think comms amongst your team is going to be really important, and there is absolutely, just because of the distance on the TTT, losing someone on that first climb is just a massive disadvantage. You're better sucking up your ego and getting everyone over.
Too. Yeah, it's big mental thing too.
But that's a really good point.
The other bit will be really interesting because obviously in the first TTT we had the dynamics spitting riders out left, right, and centre going around the bend, so around the corners. Or that it wasn't me, Gov, is the approach that I would take to destroying any draft advantage. Yep. But it'd be interesting to see if that bug, I think it has been resolved for this, if that makes sense, because otherwise that will come into play a bit, especially downhill.
Mm-hmm. I am curious how much. So I only have. Since I never do TTTs, like this will be my first TTT in like, man, a year maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long time, and I only have Cadex at level 1, so not the best,
I wonder.
But, it is something.
I think about that too, Josh, because I'm up. I think I'm level 2, just a subtle flex. But
rolling in the dough.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what the deal is though. Like, I mean, like, can you really feel that? I mean, it's just the drivetrain.
I mean, I don't think. I'm sure on the climb is not really going to be much of anything. Yeah. I guess one of those upgrades is lighter weight. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
I'll definitely be going for the the Zip 858 Rainbow wheels because they look cool. I've got all the disc wheels, cool, but they look the coolest. So it's about what you look like rather than the aero gains.
And if you get some good camera angles on the stream too, then but it doesn't really matter where you finish as long as you look cool doing it. So.
That's true. That's why I always match my socks. But what about for the? But we're not going to be doing the But we have to think about the climb because there's basically the climb out the gate and then the aqueduct KOM, which really isn't that much. That's more like a sprint.
That's like 45 seconds.
Yeah, just stick somebody on to diesel it over the top on that one. It might take on it. So,
and then we've got the last one, the KOM at the end, right? I mean, so
you just go back up it again. So you just rinse and repeat. Hopefully, with all the riders that you've still got. So
we're not looking at the MV 4.5s though. You don't think? You don't think so?
Nah. You've got it's disc
too much
wheel
flat?
all the way. Disc wheel all the way. Too much flat.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to get some of those because there's a new one that came out. That I don't have. Yeah, I'll do a wheel swap in the middle.
Dustin, gravel bike all the way, mate.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Atomic Cruiser. I've done that before.
Trying to level it up, you know.
That Atomic Cruiser, one of the last times I was asked to race for the X-Wings was was when my Atomic Cruiser got stuck. Remember that, Josh? And I remember you asked me to not race anymore, which was fine. It was
no, that did not happen. Lying over here.
Yeah, no, I just got moved. I got moved to a different team because thankfully we opened up more squads because that was when we only had like one squad. So how about for FRR, James? Let's talk some FRR.
Yeah, so we've got we had sort of during the week a soft launch of the tour stages for the World Tour, which is taking place starting very kindly on Valentine's Day, February the 14th, which
questionable.
Tests some riders' loyalties on what they can and can't do. And it's a 9-day event, so it runs to the 22nd, 8 stages, so you've got Tuesdays off to recover. I would say they're saying 307 kilometers, but as normal with Rich, take that with a bit of pinch of salt. There's probably about a 10% margin in it being higher than that. But the numbers for elevation is 5,640 meters of elevation over the tour. So I do think it feels a lot more punchier, definitely than Tour Watopia. And the stages sort of start off I think relatively sedate in a way. We've got my favourite climb, which I really love on that Valentine's Day. So Match Made in Heaven. We've got a couple of times at Box Hill. Happy days. Really, really like Surrey after bailing on the PRL full and having done seven ascents.
Don't remind me, man. Just the stupidest route as well.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you got, I think it's 2 laps of that. So 41 kilometers, 550 meters of elevation. Sunday is, you've got the grade that you've got to go up. We're in Watopia. Peak Performance is the route. So you go up the grade, but the one thing that always sort of in that sort of diagram always misses out. You don't just go up the grade, you then go up the rest of the epic KOM without the pleasure of getting any segment time on it because you've gone up the grade in the first instance. So it's a bit punchy from that side. So 730 meters of elevation, 47 kilometers. So that's just Sunday. Get yourself nice and warmed up. Monday sees you over to what I think is a stalwart of FR events and a double trip up Bologna for an individual time trial. Punchy
time trial course.
Yeah, punchy. So up and down, and then back up again in true fashion.
What do we have for a bike choice on the Bologna time trial?
I think it's a fix. I think it's your wheel choice, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay,
I haven't seen what bike he's going for, which is going for this time around. Because obviously in Tour Watopia he had the Tron,
it was Tron the whole time.
and then your standard time trial bike. So it's just your wheel choice, if that makes sense on it from there.
Sorry. All right.
That's all right. No. Tuesday. We are racing Tuesday according to the. So we'll see that. There's no ZRL. So you've got Makiri Islands, Neokia all-nighter, the flattest course of the day. So you just go up the rooftop. It's 37 kilometers, 200 meters. So that should be quite nice and easy in the grand scheme of things. Then Wednesday off, so put your feet up, have a cup of cocoa, and then probably do a ladder race, as what most people will probably do. Then you've got off to Scotland, City in the Sker. It's just up and down. 560 meters of climbing, 33. Yeah. It's not very long. It's just, you're just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And yeah, so that'll get your legs working. Before Friday, we're off to the Three Little Sisters. Oh, great. And that is an ITT. So that looks fun. 420 meters of climbing. Yeah, 30 kilometers. And then you get to the weekend, and that's where the climbing really ramps up a bit for the last two stages. So over to Austria, to Innsbruck. So we've got the Achterbahn, 990 meters of climbing, 47.8 kilometers. So that looks punchy. So twice up the climb, just to sort of get yourself going. And then final day, Quatch Quest, or Quatch, I can never say that one properly. So 47.5 meters of climbing. We're in Watopia. We've got, this is proper old school FRR in my eyes. You've got
1710 meters.
1710 meters of climbing, epic, and finishing on the Alp. What more could you want?
That's classic.
That's
classic.
That's the one. This is what we wanted. This is what the people wanted.
This is what the people want. And they're going to moan about it like there's no tomorrow. They've got 2 to 3 weeks to moan about it from that side. So, and it's also worth remembering, a bit like in Tour Watopia, that final stage, it's double segment points. So if you're like Josh, going in with a little bit of a gap to make up, this is where you can do it. You're all in, even though
you've only got one sprint. Coffee rides.
Yeah. So. It looks good. It looks challenging, and I must admit, one of the things that I initially I'm trying to do or going to commit to do is I'm going to go and have a go at the Mat Lad Challenge and add some additional climbing to my legs for that tour. So I'm an amethyst at the moment, back up to that level. So I'll probably look to do that. So I've got to try and deliver 1,800 meters of climbing every day. So I generally don't know how I'm going to do that because it's actually school holidays that week, so I've got some time off. But we had a conversation today in the family that we might be going on holiday. So that could throw a massive spanner in the works. So we'll see how that plays out. But
can you do those meters of elevation outside, or could you bring your bike with
you? I did, because also on that final Sunday, so that's 1,710 meters, I've got the Hell of the Ashdown Sportive, which is just over 100 kilometers over sort of in Kent and Surrey. It's quite undulating course. It's 1,500 meters of climbing outdoors, so I've got to do that and then got to finish the stage. So I've got to try, and I'm going to have to do, if I am able to do it, I've got over 3,200 meters of climbing to do on that final day, because one of the conditions of the challenge is you've got to complete all the stages. So while I might be able to offset some of the climbing, and I did ask the question, and I've got some special dispensation to include an outdoor event in it from that side, I've still got to try and work out how I'm going to finish that final stage, because that's going to be an absolute killer. Because I'm going to have to do it late. So I'm either going to have to do it what would be my time at 7:30, or it's potentially going to be the midnight slot to finish it off. Because if I get that far, you're sort of committed. You've got to sort of get it done. So, So I'm hoping we go on holiday. In fact, I might suggest and pay for us to go on holiday to maybe get out of it.
Oh no, I can't do it.
Well, next time.
Damn that one. But I'd be interested. It looks. I have to say chapeau to everyone who's done that challenge and completed it, and especially Freddie. So I'm going to be tapping up some of the people who've done it just to get some ideas and understanding of the how they fit it in. Because the biggest thing is just finding the time. I think there's potentially looking at sort of work and life and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of climb portals, because that's the quickest way you can get in and get up.
Right.
Not sure I'm mentally there for 125% climb portals, but beggars can't be choosers. It might have to switch to that to get it done, if that makes sense.
And you can't do the 125% until you've done the original 100%.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I didn't think. I haven't thought about that.
So you got to do the 100% first, and then you got to do it. So
mind.
if you can repeat that, then maybe do the 100% the first time, and then 125 the next. But does that also level up your ethos at the same time? Because I'm still working on my ethos.
But I've done. I've done the charity days, so I've got my been up the Ventop what was that? That was too many times. And then
too many times.
Last year, emotionally,
more than one is too many times.
Yeah, well, I think I want to say it was 7, but I can't. It was a long day. And then obviously last year we did the charity day up the Alp, of which at 3 a.m. I emotionally broke, and I think I managed 7 times up that. So my specialized AFOS is probably about level 450,
right.
So it's fully spec'd up. But the challenge is, unfortunately, the legs and the mind isn't. So that's the bit I need to work on. But this is all good practice from the outdoor climbing rides that we've got coming up. So I think the aim is to do it. If I said I was overreaching this week, imagine what my my Zwift score and my training program are going to say when I do that week. It's going to be bonkers, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, good luck with that, James. I can't wait to hear about it, and I hope you just go on vacation. But, oh, man, it's going to be awesome. Well, we've got a lot going on, it feels like. I was, it always seems like there is a lot going on, and we seem to somehow get it all together, somehow, some way. But, so, with that, gentlemen, I think it's time for us to close our episode. Thank you everyone for listening this week and every week. Be sure to check the Discord channel, just Discord server for Josh's first place falafel recipe. And if you have a question, you can always send us an email at WatopianWeekly@gmail.com. We have a shout out to Vexus Epiphaby as well, and Distortion. Who else, James? Who else do we want to shout out to?
I'd have to give a shout out to Awakening, who are the other team I'm moonlighting for. They finished second on Tuesday, and they're a bit of I'd argue, A-team ragtag band in a nice way, and they did really well. Yeah. So that was a massive achievement for them, and that was kudos to those guys and girls. Yeah,
Josh, what about you? You got to have a couple
the Synoxum folks.
Yeah,
obviously.
I still think that all of the coalition ladder teams sound like either some sort of
chemicals,
pill or something like that. Yeah, some sort of chemical. But yeah. So Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening, and thank you, gentlemen, for being here. And this has been it's a great fun. Thanks for rescheduling everything for today. Congratulations on the new bikes. I should buy a bike just so that I'll tell the lady I live with who smells so nice that I should buy a bike because everybody else got one. Yeah, right. Yeah. She'll like that. Okay, well, everybody have a great day. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in Watopia.